Did you know that Italians can not only write but also speak and sing in cursive? Well, find out about this and much more in today's episode of LIS, Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian with Songs. Ciao and welcome to LIS. Io sono Pietro and today we are going to translate together the song Mare di Guai by Italian singer Ariete. Now, if you don't know the song, I suggest you watch my previous video in which you will find the original lyrics and the translation handwritten on screen. And also you can go and check out the original song by singer Ariete. This song took part to the 2023 edition of the famous Festival di Sanremo, the Italian singing competition. It only placed 14th, but the final position at the Festival di Sanremo is no serious indicator of how good a song or an artist is. Now, Ariete is a very young Italian singer. She just turned 21 last March. Her real name is Arianna del Giaccio. Arianna. Her star sign is that of the Aries, and in Italian the Aries sign is called Ariete, and maybe that's the reason why she chose her stage name. When I said at the beginning that Italians can speak or also sing in cursive, just like writing in cursive, I am referring to a linguistic phenomenon that has seen some popularity lately, mainly because of a famous Italian TikToker who proclaimed herself as the professor of cursive. But what this cursive is a way of speaking, pronouncing the words, a particular inflection that you give to a sentence in which somehow you modified the sound of some words or part of them. Specifically, this phenomenon concerns the vowel sounds. Apparently, this cursive speaking originated in the city of Milan, where it is the way of speaking of young people, specifically young girls. And my sister, who is a prominent language teacher and translator, first mentioned this phenomenon to me. I was not aware of it, and then I did some research about it, and I found out that there are some singers who sing in this funny way, sort of twisting the vowels a bit, and I thought to myself, there was no such thing as a cursive singing back in my day. But then on second thoughts, I realized that I was a big fan of a band called Casino Royale, which was very popular in the mid-late 90s, and they had a singer and then they had a rapper, and the rapper, whose name was Alyosha, if I'm not mistaken, used to pronounce the words exactly in this kind of funny cursive way as a predecessor to modern day cursive.
So go and check them out if you want. They're called Casino Royale, and one of their songs is probably their most famous is Sempre, vicino, always closer.
But I digress. Back to Ariete and her song Mare di Guai. If you go and listen to the original, you will hear that some words are kind of hard to understand if you have in mind the standard modern Italian pronunciation. For example, words that spring to mind are tempo. She does not pronounce tempo like this, but she rather says something like tempo or something like that. Or sempre, which means always, she says something like sempre. She modifies the vowels in the middle and at the end of the word. And also there is a kind of, should I say, muttering of the words, like the words seem to collide one onto the other, and sometimes the sentence is kind of hard to understand. But anyway, you have my version of the song, and although my accent is not a perfect Italian from Tuscany, say, my accent is rather a northeastern Italian accent.
Sometimes my vowels, they're either too narrow or too wide. Sometimes I do not pronounce correctly the double consonants, and sometimes my S's and my Z's are voiced instead of unvoiced, or vice versa.
But I should say that when I speak in Italian and not in my dialect, it's not hard to understand what I'm saying, so you have my version of the song and you can compare it with the original. And just another quick side note before we dive into the translation. Ariete is a girl who often writes and sings songs about her love for other girls, and this gives us the opportunity to encounter some adjectives or past participle at the feminine plural, which is something that does not happen very often in Italian love songs. And why? Well, because the rule is that if we have two or more elements of mixed genders in Italian, the plural will be the male plural. Let's say we have 10 students, 9 girls and just 1 boy. Well, they will be addressed to with the male plural of the word student, which in Italian is studenti, whereas if they were all female, they would be addressed with the feminine version of the word, which is studentesse, plural. So just notice this feature, which as far as I know is the first time that it happens in the world of the Italian love songs, but I might be wrong. And if you know of another song that uses feminine plurals when talking about 2 people in love with each other, please tell me in the comments below. And now for good, on to the translation. As usual, you will see the translation on this part of the screen with some important words or phrases highlighted in the lower portion of the video. And let us start from the title. Mare di Guai means sea of troubles. Mare is sea, di is of, and guai is troubles. First line. Tu eri più bella di me. Tu is you. Tu eri, you were. Più bella is, più is more and bella is beautiful. Di me means of me. So you were more beautiful than me, we would say in English. Second line. E adesso che il letto è vuoto e la casa in silenzio, ho paura a dormire. A long line. E adesso, and now. Che il letto, that the bed. Letto is bed. È vuoto is empty. E la casa in silenzio. And the house, the casa, house, in silenzio means in silence. So now that the bed is empty and the house is quiet, it's in silence. Ho paura a dormire. Ho is I have. Paura is fear. So I have fear. Ho paura. I'm afraid. A dormire, to sleep. Next line. Perse. Noi perse senza un perché. And here we find an example of the feminine plural that I was referring to before. Perse means lost. And then she repeats, noi perse. Us. Noi is us or we. Lost senza un perché. Literally, this means senza, without, un, a, perché is why. So we could say lost, us lost without a reason. We're lost without a reason why. Perché is why. E c'è una torre di piatti che aspetta in cucina. E c'è una torre di piatti, and there is, c'è is there is, una torre, a tower, torre, tower, di piatti, of plates or of dishes. Piatto is a plate or a dish where you eat. Che aspetta in cucina. Che aspetta means that awaits, and in cucina is in the kitchen. Cucina is kitchen. In Italian we say in kitchen. When referring to the rooms of the house, we don't say in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bedroom. We say in cucina, in soggiorno, in camera da letto. We don't put the article in front of the room. Following line. È una foto di te sotto il mio cuscino. È una foto di te means and a picture, una foto, a photograph. Di te, of you. Sotto, under, il mio cuscino. Il is the, mio cuscino is my pillow. Pillow, cuscino. Then we have this sort of bridge which says e vorrei sapere che si prova se resti. E vorrei sapere means and I would like, vorrei, I would like, sapere, to know. I would like to know. Che si prova. Che si prova is an impersonal construction. There's no definite subject in this sentence. I would like to know what it feels. Provare means to feel, it could also mean to try, but in this case, provare means to feel. And I would like to know what it feels. Se resti, se is if, resti is you stay. So I would like to know what it feels if you stay, se resti. Non voglio più perderti nel chiaro di luna. Non voglio is I don't want, più perderti. Perderti is to lose, perder, you, ti. Perder plus ti is perderti, lose you. I don't want to lose you. And this più, which means plus or more, in this case means anymore. So I don't want to lose you anymore. Nel chiaro di luna means nel is in the, luna is moon, and chiaro is clear or light in this case, so I don't want to lose you anymore in the moonlight. Chiaro di luna, we could translate it as moonlight. So I don't want to lose you in the moonlight anymore. Following line, ci siamo incontrate dentro momenti pessimi. And here we have another example of feminine plural, ci siamo incontrate. So this ci siamo incontrate is a sort of present perfect. Ci siamo incontrate means we have met. Siamo incontrate means we have met. And this ci at the beginning means each other. So we met each other dentro momenti pessimi. Dentro means inside, momenti is moments, and pessimi means really bad as it gets. So we met each other in very bad times. Last line of the bridge is tutto ciò che amo mi fa sempre paura. Tutto is everything. Ciò che amo means what that I love. So everything I love, or everything that I love, mi fa sempre paura. Fa, paura, literally means does fear, makes fear. In this case, we could translate with gives fear. Mi is to me, gives fear to me, and sempre means always. So everything I love always makes me fear or always scares me. And then there's the chorus. Uniamo I respiri, sento caldo la mattina. Uniamo I respiri. This uniamo is a sort of imperative or advice. Let's unite, uniamo, our breaths. Respiro is a breath. Respiri is the plural. So our breaths. Let's unite or join our breaths. Sento caldo. Sento can either mean I hear, but also I feel. Caldo is warm. It could also be hot, but in this case, it's more like warm. La mattina means in the morning. So I feel a warmth in the morning. And then it proceeds, tu buttati con me, Mare di Guai. Tu is you, buttati means throw yourself. This T at the end of buttati means yourself. So you throw yourself, or you dive, we could also say. Con me, with me, comma, virgola, Mare di Guai, sea of troubles. Just like the title. Non so nuotare in una vasca piena di squali. Piena di squali. Non so nuotare means I can't swim, I cannot swim, I'm not able to swim. Literally, non so means I don't know, but when you refer it to the ability of doing something is I cannot, I'm not able to. Nuotare, nuotare is to swim, I'm not able to swim or I cannot swim. In una vasca, in a vasca is either your bathtub or a tank where you keep some kind of liquid. Well, in some cases it could also mean a pool full of sharks, but really the first translation for tank would be vasca. Piena di squali literally means full, piena of the sharks, squali. The word shark can have two translations in Italian. One is squalo and the other one is pesce cane, which literally means fish, dog, or dogfish. And then the chorus proceeds with vestiti da sera, c'è il tuo pezzo preferito. Vestiti means get dressed, but da sera means of evening. So sera means evening, but in this context it means night. So put on your evening dress or dress up, we could say. Put on your evening dress or your elegant clothes. C'è il tuo pezzo preferito literally means c'è, there is. Il tuo pezzo is your piece, but it refers to a musical piece, so to a song. There's your favorite preferito song. E buttati, and throw yourself or and die. And then it proceeds with che la notte è solo un giorno che riposa. This che could be translated as because. Literally it means that, but because the night, la notte, è solo un giorno che riposa means is just, è solo, a day, un giorno, che riposa, that rests, che riposa. So the night is only a day resting or that rests. E ci incontriamo, and we meet each other. Incontriamo, we meet, and this ci before incontriamo means each other. So we meet each other, and then the last line of the chorus is ci cerchiamo nelle strade e nei silenzi di un cielo blu. Ci cerchiamo, one more time, is cerchiamo is we look for. Ci before cerchiamo means each other, so we look for each other. Nelle strade means in the streets. Strade is streets. E nei silenzi, and in the silences, silences, di un cielo blu, of a, di un, cielo is sky and blue is blue, so we meet each other in the streets and in the silences of a blue sky. The second verse is shorter and it goes sigh, 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 which is a repetition 3 times. You know, you know, you know. Prenderti gioco di me. Prendersi gioco di qualcuno, it means to mock someone or to make fun of someone. It could also mean to swindle someone, but in this case it means to make fun of me. Prenderti gioco di me. So you know how to make fun of me. Following line, di quel giardino che ho dentro, comma, annaffiavi cemento. So you know how to make fun of me. Di quel giardino, of that garden, che, that, ho, I have, dentro is inside. So of that garden that I have inside. Annaffiavi cemento. Annaffiare means to water, like the plants. So you would water. This is imperfetto tense, a kind of past tense. You would water. Cemento is the concrete. So you would water the concrete, or you watered the concrete. And the last line of this short second verse is E io ti vorrei dire, repeated 2 times. E io, and I. Vorrei is would like to. Dire is say or tell. And this ti before vorrei is to you. So I would like to tell you, or I would like to say to you. And then there's the second bridge, which is very similar to the first one. The only thing that changes is the first line. And it goes, che vorrei sapere che succede se resto. In the first bridge, we had che vorrei sapere che succede se resti, which meant I would like to know what happens if you stay. Resti is you stay. And in the second bridge, we have che vorrei sapere che succede. I would like to know what happens se resto, if I stay. And then the rest of the bridge is the same. And then there is the second chorus, which is identical to the first one. Go and check it out. And then there's another section of the song which goes È lunedì, la luna sembra un po' arrabbiata. È lunedì means it's Monday. La luna, the moon, sembra, looks or seems, un po' arrabbiata. A bit, un po'. Arrabbiata is angry or mad at someone. Following line, come mai stanotte non sei più tornata? Come mai is a way of asking why. I translated this as how come stanotte, that tonight, stanotte, non sei più tornata. Non sei tornata, you did not. Tornata is return or come back. And this più means anymore. So how come tonight or last night, we should say, you never came back? Sono qui con la finestra spalancata means I'm here. Sono is I am. Qui is here. Con la finestra means with the window. Spalancata is wide open. Spalancare, to open wide. And then the last line of this section is forse ho perso, forse ho perso. Perdere could mean lose or also miss something, but in this case I think it means maybe I've lost or maybe I lost. We don't know if she is admitting some kind of defeat in their relationship, I don't know, but forse ho perso, forse means maybe, and ho perso means I have lost. Maybe you can tell me in the comments below what you think this last line of this section means. And then there is the very last chorus, which is very, very similar to the two previous ones. Only the first line changes. And it's uniamo I respiri, just like before. Let's unite our breaths. Senti che caldo stamattina. It's not sento anymore, I feel, but it's senti, which means you feel, or can you feel, or do you feel, if it were a question. Che caldo, how hot or warm. Stamattina means this morning. It's the union of sta, which is the short version of questa, this, and mattina, which means morning. Stamattina means this morning. So can you feel the warmth that there is this morning, which I translated as, can you feel how warm this morning is? And then it proceeds with the same identical chorus as before.
Tu buttati con me, you throw yourself with me, Mare di Guai, Sea of Troubles, and so on and so forth.
So if you like this video, please give it a thumb up, pollice su, mi piace, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Please leave a comment. I've been told that the YouTube algorithm favors the videos which receive comments, so go and comment. Even ciao is good for me, but if you have any question of any kind about this song or other songs featured on the channel, please go and ask me in the comments below. Tell your friends you know that I'm not on any other social media, so if you can contribute to spread the links of my video around, I would be most grateful. Remember that you will find some affiliate links in the description below. These are affiliate links for musical instruments that I play in my songs and that you can buy from the biggest online musical instrument store in Europe, which sells also to the US. They ship to the US as well. If you're feeling particularly generous, you can also donate with PayPal or can buy me an espresso with coffee using the service coffee.com. I keep whining, after all, I'm in Italian. These videos take a lot of time to make, so every kind of help, every small action, every contribution that you can give is very greatly appreciated. Was Tesco's or Sainsbury's slogan, every little helps? Well, even for YouTube channels, every little helps. And I will see you on the next of LIS Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian with Songs. Ciao!